As promised, back again on Nuclear Popcorn. We're back with the man, M, the movement, and he's moving us into a place that no other venue anywhere in this country has ventured yet. The place we're moving to is Miss Ash. Thank you for coming today.
Yeah, thank you for having me here.
And we'll get to see your exclusive, well, one of your works. One of your models is going to come in later, Miss Jackie Clanton, who's been featured in quite a few magazines, and she's worked in Young and the Restless and other TV shows. But right now, let's talk about your line. Is it called ZOAN Ash?
ZOAN Ash.
ZOAN Ash.
Yeah.
I keep having a problem with zone, like Twilight Zone. You're in the zone. We're in your zone. So now, I know about this phenomenal fellow here. How did you two meet?
Actually, I think one of our mutual friend, he called me that one feature came in the same magazine, and AIM saw in my feature there, and he asked him to introduce me with him, and he went to my country all the way from Malaysia to Dhaka and meet me in my boutique.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yes.
So it was like was it like a thunderbolt moment?
It was an organic introduction and referral, but we knew, it's like I mentioned earlier, artist, no artist.
Right.
So when I saw her work, I had respect for it.
In the hood, we call that game knows game.
Right.
It's like you're not gonna step on the court with someone who can't shoot, dribble. It's like, what are you doing here?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's a good gravitates towards good.
Yeah.
Right? Now, is this also one of your creations?
Yeah, right.
I read that you tend to embrace crystals and minerals and different types of ornaments. What type of minerals and crystals do you work with?
Actually, my specialization is sequins. I use the sequins all over the fabric in premium fabrics. On top of that, I use semi-precious stones, and gold-plated material, silver, and even if the customer wants diamonds, I can add it also. Yeah.
Wow. Now that's kind of unique, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah.
It's very unique and super luxury.
Yeah. Because people nowadays, women want to be very unique, they want to feel very empowered, and yeah.
And that leads me to my next question, because most men don't say, "Oh, I'm trying to empower men," but I notice, like the very best women designers, I'm also here to empower women. And what you just said kind of says, "Oh, you seek to lift women up as well." Yes, with your work.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah, kind of.
Well, now let me ask you this: where did you start? Of course, I think you said you're from Bangladesh, right?
You're right.
Is that where you got the designing bug? And if so, who was the main person that made you want to do this, put your whole life into this incredible expressionistic type of movement?
So in this case, I have to go way back in 1997 when me and my husband started a retail business back in our country. So we had back in our mind that you know what, 80 to 85% population in our country is associated with the garments industry. So we have thought that we can make a difference. We can make our own line to introduce globally, and afterwards we did it. But if you watch the movie True Story, so you can understand how much we are deprived from the opportunities. So we wanted to make a difference, and we pulled it out. I think we are the biggest now. But if in case of ZOAN Ash, I have started it, and I have started designing since 2009. And after having my youngest daughter, ZOAN Ash, she is the first inspiration of launching ZOAN. And behind all of this, my husband Tanzim is the most, always he inspired me for everything.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's the biggest support of mine.
Yeah. So, not to try to get you into trouble once you see him again, once he sees this work, but are you saying that you two were on the same level and boom, you kind of rose up, you kind of not left him back, but kind of edged up a little in the perfection of the skill. So now you're like the number one, as they say, dog. Would you say that you kind of excel more at the moment as far as skill and not trying to say that you're saying I'm better than my husband, but did you kind of just excel and just develop more at this point?
It's not like that. We always be together. We always it's not that. It's different. Like it's
Not trying to get her in trouble. Not trying to make her say that she's dogging you out.
It's completely different. Actually, I wanted to as I used to design for the streetwear, and
I was going to
I was
say,
gonna ask her about
it's
that.
two different looks.
Yeah,
Anyway.
completely different. That's for our locals. And afterwards, I thought, because I always design my clothes, so I thought, yeah, I could make the couture line. So people nowadays wants very unique things. So I could make different kinds of clothing for them, what they want, what they like, different things. Yeah.
So it's kind of like a progression into a diversification type mode. That's what brought you into making more clothes, say, for women, like gowns and that type of
Right.
posh type of
Yeah.
thing.
Right.
So you were into kind of like street urban wear as well?
No, my husband is doing the streetwear. So
okay.
yeah,
They're
for
both
the men's
designers in
line.
their own right.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he has a certain look and Ash has her.
Yeah.
Okay.
her look.
Okay.
Yeah.
What does your husband call his line?
Tanjim.
Now, is that after another child?
Sorry?
that
No,
name?
it's his name.
It's his name.
It's his name.
Okay. So now, I'm just assuming that since you two, gravitated together, it must be something similar, which obviously the talent is similar and on the same level. So would you say that you also are a celebrity couture in your area as well, as he is a
Right.
couture celebrity mogul here in the States?
Yeah.
Which, or do you know, could you tell us some of the major stars that you've worked with? I mean, because of course, Rihanna now.
Yeah, Rihanna now. I have designed 4 designs for Rihanna. Finger crossed she'll wear in Emmys
Yeah, tomorrow, right?
tomorrow, right? Yeah.
But
So,
locally, you're a celebrity designer, and she's
Yeah.
worked with a lot of the stars.
Yeah.
Oh, could you drop a few names? Drop them real hard.
Like back in my countries.
Yes.
I don't remember the names.
No.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we can jump into that later, because I guess the main thing I wanted to touch on was that you've done quite a great thing. Everyone's clamoring to be with you. Emma's with you. We're here with you, and I'm sure everyone's going to see Rihanna wearing your incredible outfits. But it's not streetwear, so I was reading that a lot of it is aimed at gowns and that type of demographic. Which would you say is your main demographic? Would it be, women of all ages, or mainly women of, say, middle age, or women of all ages who aspire to look a certain way with, kind of like, for instance, and maybe I'm going too far, jumping all around the place, but are your clothes sometimes looked upon as a status symbol due to the fact that there's diamonds and minerals and emeralds?
Yeah, kind of that. Actually, the age range is, as I would say, from like teenage to middle age, and the status level is definitely who can like afford the couture line, because there's lots of work, lots of time consuming works in there. So those
What's the
who are-
average time? I think it's a couple months, right?
Yeah, from 2 to 6 weeks. It takes lots of time because I extensively work with handwork, sequins and beadings, And on top of that, I add some, the gold-plated material, silver, and precious stones, semi-precious stones. Yeah, yeah.
I was
Lots of
asking-
work inside of it. Yeah.
I wouldn't know how to begin, to tell you the truth. So I was asking him how he started, how he got started. Not necessarily so much as where he studied, but the creative process. And he said sometimes he sets things up strategically to where he's aligned to do it when he's ready, or sometimes it's on the jump. How would you say your creative process is? Is it similar?
Actually, I'm very much fortunate to travel. I travel a lot. I got the inspiration most of the inspiration from traveling. Like, let's say, last summer I went to Singapore and went to Safari Park, and I was on the park, and suddenly a peacock flew and stand just right beside me. At that moment, I imagined a gown which I made for Rihanna, and I named it Peacock. Yeah, that's the way. And,
Is that the one
yeah.
should be fitted for?
It's one of the options.
Okay.
Yeah.
So how many options? Now, when you all say options, that's
Dresses.
That's the vernacular of the the designer. So,
Yeah.
and I'm kind of spaced out checking you guys out. But, options, different. So, how many different gowns is she wearing?
I made 4 dresses
made 4,
and
yeah.
4 options.
4 options.
You
And
got
I don't know which one she chooses. Yeah.
This is my own line here. It's called
Okay.
Junkyard Dog.
Okay, great.
Heavy on the dog. right
Okay.
here. Yeah. So, what are the other options looking like? We have the peacock.
And our gold-plated one, I made one gold-plated, completely extensive sequence all over the gown, and she was in my mind what kind of cut and silhouette she wears, and it's amazing if you see that, like it's completely our heritage to do the sequence, and I made the silhouette of Western culture, so I try to make a connection with Eastern and Western so that Bangladesh can confront. Yeah.
And we got a little inside scoop that she likes red and she likes long trains. So
Yeah.
Cool.
we worked on that together.
Yeah, cool. I don't understand everything about designing, but I do know about marketing. So I know you guys are going after that demographic, which is a cool demographic because if you get Rihanna, you got young women, you got young
Right,
women who
right.
like music, young women who are in that lifestyle.
And speaking of a powerful woman, Rihanna is a powerful
Yeah.
woman.
Yeah, and then you get her, you got the guys that like her, so you got that whole thing from
Yeah.
18 to probably 65, 75.
Yeah.
That's very cool. So now, what I want to know is, because you said you're doing women and men's clothing, and I think you're only doing women's right now, right?
Right.
And your husband's taking over the men's part. That's
Yeah,
his.
right.
Are you ever gonna jump into men's, or is he ever gonna start working with you again and doing women, or are you? That's it. You're right there. There's no more.
Yeah.
There's no wavering.
No.
No?
Yeah, just I'm with the women line and he's with the men's line. Yeah.
Now, what about women's street urban wear? Are you ever gonna do that?
I have already done with streetwear, and now I'm busy with this line because that's already set up. I have a big team for that. I don't have to be very much worried about that line.
And I was gonna
because-
say it's enough work to do one line, so I think
Yeah, there's lots of
it's enough work. Yeah.
I have to go to my atelier and look like this. Oh my God, what's doing here?
To
In
check on
every bits of-
everything,
Every
yes.
bits of.
Does it wear on your mind? I mean, on your eyes, like as if you're on the computer? Because because I'm not really sure.
Details.
Yeah. Does it make your eye? Is it like takes a whole lot of concentration?
Yeah, very much.
It's a
I have
lot
to
of
give
work.
lots of
Yeah.
work. Yeah.
Look at it from
exactly.
different angles.
I can't even sleep. In my dream, the designs came in my mind.
Yeah.
It's like that.
Wow.
And something particular with dresses, it's not the same as streetwear like what I'm doing. It's easier to fit. With couture
Right.
dresses, every single part of the
Detail,
body
yeah.
has to fit correctly, or else it's no use.
Because
and it doesn't hang
couture.
correctly. Yeah.
Exactly.
Well, now, I was at the FDE. I was speaking to a couple of guys who were couture. I was trying to get the meaning of what couture meant. So does it just mean the upper echelon of any type of style? What does couture really embody? What does it really stand?
Actually, it's completely, to me, couture is like completely tailor-made with a very personal touch of designers. Yeah, yeah.
So it's so when someone comes in and says, well, for instance, there's no street urban wear couture, right? There's no.
No,
No,
no.
It's with a
It would
certain,
be what I'm doing, designer streetwear. That would be the most. But couture means tailor-made for
Exactly.
someone or a particular client, custom-made.
okay.
Yeah.
But now it's not necessarily you're going to the ball or you're going to see the president.
Could be for that. And like case in point with Rihanna, it's made for a specific event.
exactly.
Yeah.
For the event and specific person,
Yeah.
like according to personality, you have to design.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, I read that you had an incredibly strong showing at different, really, well, venues that are of high esteem, people that really want to be there. What are some of your successes, within your most recent showcases? Like, say, for instance, what's some of the most precious moments that gave you a sense of success during your work thus far?
Actually, last summer, maybe in April, I have done a trunk show in Singapore, and they really appreciated my designs over there.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the beginning. Yeah.
Now, have you both done Mercedes-Benz? You've done it, right?
Yes. We're planning to launch her line into LA and New York Fashion Weeks here. We
Okay.
have not yet. Again, this is the first even interview in the U.S. So
Ka-ching!
yeah.
Kablow! The popcorn is popping.
So we're making those plans, and she will show in the Fashion Weeks here.
Is that going to be at the Tagline?
No, at the Pacific Design Center.
Where's that at? That's
West
not
Hollywood.
Oliver Grand, is
West
it?
Hollywood.
West Hollywood? Okay. I haven't been.
On Robertson.
I haven't been there. I've been to the Tagline, and that's about it, actually. Because
Yeah.
that one blew my mind. I was like,
Yeah, yeah.
wow, this is.
I mean,
different.
I told Ash about the energy and the press at these shows. They're
Unbelievable.
amazing. It's unbelievable.
Unbelievable.
And she'll experience it herself soon.
Unbelievable. Because I just thought, okay, I was asked by a friend, do you know Barbarian? Marina Barbarian?
No.
She has a book, she does all types of fashion, but she has a couple of books, and one of them she asked me to write for, which is LA Fashion Judge. I said, would you like to do it? Because I know you do sports and entertainment. I was like, sure. I said, it's a lot more, I forget the term she used, but it's more, looked upon as something above sports and a little bit more regal. So like, sure. And then I went there, I didn't know what to expect, and then I saw Bai Lin there, who I've seen a couple times.
She's always there, right?
Yeah, and then I saw a couple other people. And then all of a sudden, I don't know what it was, I went inside or whatever, and I came back out, and it was like wall-to-wall people, there were flashes popping. Then I went back in, and then all of a sudden I couldn't move at all. It was like you're smushed literally in people's
No,
faces.
it's
It was unbelievable.
The events are really packed, and at the end of the runway, there's literally a wall of photographers, a wall.
It's like there's,
So when the model is at the end of the runway, you don't even need the lights. The flashes from the photographers are enough. It's it's exciting.
like envision this as the stage, and it's like a big bumblebee hive on every every part. Everyone's just like,
Hungry for because at the end of the day, I used to do Mercedes Fashion Week, and it used to be organized, but everyone kind of does their own shows now. So LA is hungry for fashion.
yeah.
Yeah.
Because I was thinking, well, there's going to be a lot of women, which is cool, but I didn't realize there are a lot of guys there just checking it out. And I saw, a lot of well-known celebrities,
All the
people who I
time.
never thought I would meet. They're sitting right in front of me. Hey, what's
All
going
the
on?
time.
No, that was it. Yeah. I
Yeah,
was like,
I'm looking forward to it.
All the time. I invited most of those people.
Yeah, did you? I met 50 Cent over there.
Yeah, 50 Cent went to a show.
Oh, wow, great.
His little boy was
Lindsay
walking with him.
Lohan, everyone.
Yeah.
Adam Lambert, everyone.
It was mind-boggling. And then just someone said, well, it's fashion, it's entertainment, it's
Everyone loves fashion.
people love fashion. So I
People
was
love
like,
fashion.
unbelievable. And everyone had their products there to be tested.
Yeah.
Try this drink, try that drink, blah, blah, blah. It was
Right.
like, and everyone's just like looking at it. It's quite a trip. Quite a trip.
Yeah.
But now that leads me to another thing. Are you going to be doing anything connected with music or movies or Any future projects along those lines?
I'm connecting her brand to a couple of movie
Oh, yeah?
product
images,
placements.
yeah.
Yes, yes.
Can you talk about it?
Music, not yet.
Oh.
Yeah, but movies, we can't speak about that yet.
I mean, if we want to go exclusive, let's go all the way.
No, they're still working out the filming dates and all that. So, but the line will be in a couple of movies
Wow.
soon. Yeah.
So cool. Now, I'm just so very happy to have met you. Tell me something about what you're wearing here, because
So you don't know
first of all,
about
that
this
is a real
one?
diamond.
Yeah.
That's not zirconian. Do you have a cubic zirconian line?
No, it's completely diamond.
What about? What about the?
Yeah, I can put all diamonds over here if one can pay.
Those are diamonds, aren't they?
No, no, no. These are all zircons. So you don't know about this dress?
Yeah.
Okay. This is like a completely neat fabric, and I have embellished with handwork over here. This is Zardozi, you know, the term Zardozi, the spring work. Over there we called it Zardozi. And these are the all gems like zircons here. And it's a full sleeve cocktail dress and slit at the end. And it's wearable in everywhere, like from birthday party to hang out with friends and for a dinner. You can wear everywhere you want to.
Yeah, because her line ranges from cocktail dresses to the gowns.
Right.
So not everything is couture gowns. She has a wide range of dresses.
But it's never just kickback clothes, right?
No.
It's not that casual, no.
And I was checking out your are those also yours too? Did you
The
design the
shoes?
shoes?
Yeah, this is designer shoes, not from my line.
Oh, they're not yours. I was going to ask you to pull them up. Let's take a look at them. Okay. So now you want to get into other demographics. I know you want to get into the Middle East and right, according to what I've read.
Yeah, definitely. It would be splendid because that's my vision, to go everywhere. I wanted to go international, New York, Milan, Paris, LA, everywhere I want to go, even Dubai, definitely.
And before we get into the actual showcasing of your model, Jackie Clanton, I just want to ask you something. As far as Dubai, why does it seem that that's like the mecca of where all fashion is led? Is there a reason for that? Because I've written about a number of different really famous designers, and somehow it always comes to the Middle East.
Yeah, because they spend a lot on dresses and parties, and they need lots of clothes in their wardrobe, and they love couture. I have seen lots of people crowded in the boutiques. Yeah.
Now, tell us about Jackie Clanton, about the particular outfit she's wearing. Is that like, which clothing line is that from?
This is actually, I have made this design. It's a cocktail dress, and I named it Black Snake, as I consider my designs as an art piece, not only the dress. I named it Black Snake because I think when women wear it, she feels really unique, confident, and empowered by wearing this cocktail dress. And this is, the neckline is boat neck with 3/4 sleeves, and it's like kind of I embellish the dress with multicolored sequins on the shoulder and the hip line and the waistline. And this is also any woman can wear in cocktail to birthday to an evening dinner.
It's exquisite. Are those diamonds on there?
No.
You and the diamonds.
Let's see some diamonds.
I can put diamonds if you want.
It's expensive enough without the diamonds.
Exactly.
But they're sparkly on there.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's
What's the
beautiful.
sparkly?
Very good materials, yeah.
Oh, cool. Now, is this dress particularly for women who, because Jackie's kind of tall. She's not tall, I'm kind of short, so. But for like a normal height
Jackie is
woman,
tall.
yeah, she is tall. Okay, so I'm not that short. So,
No.
is this for women of I mean, is it for all women, or is it just mostly for women of a stature that want to be regal as she appears in that? For women who have a little height to her,
No, everybody can wear
Yeah,
it.
it's for
you
all
can be a
women.
short woman?
Yeah, yeah, even short women like me.
That's cool. Now, I know what I want to ask you. This particular line, now, are you going to not only show it here, but elsewhere? Is there something that you've got this lined up for, this whole line? Is that also ZOAN?
ZOAN Ash. Yeah, this
What-
is from ZOAN Ash. Yeah.
What's your next major showing?
The next month, October 2016, LA Fashion Week, I'm showcasing my designs.
Here in Hollywood?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I think we're going to focus on the U.S. market because it's a big market to kind of attack. So I think that the first, second, and third step will be here.
Now, a lot of designers are telling me that they used to go straight for the neck of New York, but now it's flipped. Now
It's
LA is the
flipped.
place.
LA is a hotspot now because New York was known for the Calvin Kleins, the Donna Karens, and
The Mercedes.
the staples there, but that's not really the trend now. And in the last 2 decades, the hottest brands have been coming out of LA. Even though people may not consider it fashion, it made money in their fashion brands. The Ed Hardys, the True Religions, the Juicy Coutures, they're all LA-based brands. Lucky Jeans, and it's making money. So it kind of flipped, and the way the market is now, it's very immediate. And LA has always been a trend-driven place, whereas New York is seasonal. So I think LA just fits the sign of the times now. So all eyes are on LA.
Now, I wonder if that's in any way at all, just like something that's falling into place. Not that this, to my little mind, this kind of seems right. But now LA has flipped it and taken it over fashion. We finally got a football team again. Now, finally, LA has trains, which a major state's supposed to have. So it just seems like we're not only catching up with the rest of LA, of the nation, but trying to take over. I mean, we had a long way to go to nudge NYC out, but it seems like we're trying our best to just
I think
say, wait a minute.
LA has
we
always
are.
been known for film, but lately it's being known for other things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'm so happy that you're helping lead this transformation and bring LA back to where it should be, in the forefront of everything from fashion to, and also with your help, to urban streetwear. Yeah. Because for some reason I started thinking about street shoes. Do you do shoes as well?
I do shoes, yeah.
Are you doing shoes as well?
Not now.
Not yet.
Not yet. Yeah.
Are either of you going to be doing anything as far as sports? So because I know whenever you go to the gym, there's people wearing some expensive stuff. Some really nice stuff. They're not working out in it. They're modeling and hanging out. And,
I think it's like we said earlier that we can go into many different product ranges, but it's already enough work to do what we're
It's
doing.
always
So
just enough time. Huh?
yeah.
Well, thanks again so much. Very nice to meet you again.
Thank you so much, and I'd like to thank you, Em, to
Oh,
give me the
thank you, sir.
privilege. Yeah.
Yeah.